Miriam Joy, and welcome to my studio. Today I wanted to show you our Christmas bells frosting mat, and this is so much fun. You're gonna love this. It is so versatile, and we've also got our spreader, and we're gonna show you how to get it done. For this project, we're going to be using caulk silicone, and this is Alex Fast Dry. You can paint it in 20 minutes, but that does not mean it is ready in 20 minutes. We'll talk about dry time a little bit later, but it is important to get this brand. I've been using this brand for several years. You do want the white. You don't want it clear. I do not have a problem with this turning yellow on me. It really holds its color, and it is nice and stable. I don't have any problems with it falling apart as well. I do purchase mine at Walmart. I can find it for about under $3, so check there. And if not, you could probably find it at any of your hardware stores or things like that. You can cut it off with your scissors depending on how fast you want it to come out. You may want it smaller, you may want it bigger. On mine, it also has a tip cutter that you can cut the tip off as well. This is just a caulking gun. You can find it in the section with the caulking as well, and we're just going to dispense it that way as we go. When I'm done with it, I just used a little plastic bag and a rubber band around it. You can just use saran wrap or something like that as well. And I have stored this for months at a time and have never had a problem with it drying out. So that is what we're going to be using. So let's get started on our project. So after we've cut our tip off, we're ready to start applying it. And I'm going to apply a little bit at a time, so I don't have too much, and you're going to be surprised how little it takes. And you can work on a tray, but it really isn't too messy. And I'm going to use a 3-inch applicator here. And we're going to just start spreading that around. I've got a wet rag that I'm wiping if I need to. You want to make sure that you get the corners real good, the edges. This is a really easy mold to get filled up. I love this mold. This is one of my new favorite techniques to do. So I'm going to go ahead. And any of these that are still a little dark, you need to come back in and put a little bit more icing, which is what we're going to call our silicone from now on. Right over the top of those. And you can see I kind of left this edge right here because we still have all of this silicone that we can spread out. If you need to pick your mold up and wipe it off a little bit, then do that. And I have just a couple more spots, but you're going to be amazed how much you can do with one tube of the caulking. Okay, once I've got those pretty well, all those little holes, you just want to make sure that they're absolutely perfect as possible. You don't want any of those not to be filled in. Once I have that, I'm just going to come up here and I'm just going to remove as much of that as possible. It's really nice to have one that goes all the way across, because if you have one that's shorter, this edge is going to cut in and you're not going to get that smooth finish. And I love this size of this mold or mat. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to let that dry, and we'll talk about how much time in just a little bit. And I'm just going to wipe this off with my my rag or paper towel and throw it away. Again, don't put that down the kitchen sink or anything like that. And just clean my spreader off real good. I've let this guy dry, and I gave him a day to dry. On one on average like this, I would normally probably do about 12 hours minimum. It's going to depend on a lot of factors. If you use a different type of frosting, which I don't recommend, but also if it's colder or you have more humidity or things like that. So one of the ways to know if it's dry is if it easily pops up. Then you know that it is dry. If it's still sticking, don't mess with it. Leave it alone for a little bit longer. But what we're going to do now is come in and remove some of the silicone, because this little part right here will still be attached and it won't be clean and crisp. And I kind of think the best way, especially for a smaller piece like this, is just to use your fingers. And I dampened my fingers a bit, and I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to rub all of those off. Now, like on these guys that are up in the corner, they're not attached to anything, so you don't have to rub them all the way off. That's up to you if you want to do that. But each and every little section that is attached, we want to remove. So all of these windows, we want to clean up. All of the ones on our little snowflakes all around the edges of them. These snowflakes are going to look awesome on like candle holders and different things like that as well. I can think of so many projects to use this for. So I really think I have that all pretty well clean. The nice thing about these molds, you can wash them with warm water and soap and they're good to go again. Just when you're cleaning up and everything, don't put your wet silicone into your kitchen sink and run it down the drain. You don't want to do that. But look at those. Aren't those awesome? And you can use these on cards. You can use these on so many things. This is just incredible. So I'm going to set this aside. And I want to pull our big guy out. Just do it nice and slow. And like I said, if he was sticking, you wouldn't want to do that. But isn't that so cool? You could buy several of these and start making them for Christmas cards or other fun things, so that way you've got a few of them drawing at the same time. But I really, really love these. Another thing I was thinking of trying is putting a little bit of glitter, fine glitter, in the bottom of them before I put my snowflakes in, just to kind of see what that turns out like. But there's so many things we can do, and I love, love, love these. I've also have some smaller snowflakes, and these are really thin molds, just real tiny molds. And I've done the same thing with them. Your dry time is going to vary on how thick the molds are, but I kind of wanted to compare. I really like these, but I love the delicate lace of this. So there's a lot of different things that you can use them as well. So get those done and ready to go. Well, I hope you're really as inspired with this fun project as I am. I want to kind of give you some ideas. These could go on any type of Christmas bulbs. I've got a gourd here, but also think outside the box. You could put them on cards. You could put them on glass. There's so many fun ideas that you can do with these. So really think outside of the box. Make real fun, inexpensive, great Christmas presents for lots of people. And I will have some videos for you with some of these projects as well. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube videos so you can be the first to see them come out. And have a Merry Christmas and God bless.